Imagine if electrical power suddenly went out for millions of people, and not just for hours, but for months, maybe even years, throwing our world into chaos, crippling everything from communication to food and water distribution. But there's a real possibility that it could happen. It's called a low probability, high consequence event. A massive solar storm could knock out electrical power and wreak havoc on nearly every aspect of modern life, but it's not something we're really preparing for. But here's the thing, it's happened before. If you were around on September 1st, 1859, it would have been a pretty weird day. As the sun set, the night sky lit up with a brilliant light show. These were auroras, electrically charged particles from the sun colliding with the Earth's atmosphere. And they were so bright in some parts of the world, you could read a newspaper outside in the middle of the night. And you could even see these auroras as far south as Hawaii. And what little electronics we had back then, well, they suddenly went haywire. Telegraph lines overloaded and threw sparks, even lit telegraph paper on fire. This was the solar storm of 1859, often referred to as the Carrington event. And if it happened today... So what exactly is a solar storm? It's basically a catch-all term for when the sun erupts a bunch of mass and energy into space. Solar flares and coronal mass ejections, or CME for short. And a flurry of particularly bad solar flares and CMEs can cause real havoc to our electrical systems. We've had glimpses of what this can do to modern technology. In 1989, a CME much smaller than the Carrington event hit Canada's province of Quebec, damaging electrical transformers and leaving 3 million people without electricity. And we had a pretty big scare in 2012, when it looked like a CME on the scale of the Carrington event might hit Earth.
The electric power grid would be wiped out by the current. Lights and computers, transportation, hospitals, all would go down. The study warns it would be a disaster, far worse than anything we have seen before.
It ended up passing through Earth's orbit and missing the Earth by a margin of 9 days. Geomagnetically induced currents could have damaged hundreds of high-voltage electrical transformers, all at the same time, crippling our electrical grid. It's not a matter of if, but when the next one hits.